has Boots of Speed queued up. So, yeah, still feels that's going to be a position 5. But the Enchantress wants to be able to lane against the Beastmaster. And they put Morphling on the mid, which makes a lot more sense. You are not pressured by this X at all. Like, yeah, you're going to harassed here and there from the clear because Morphling range is not that great, but other than that, I don't think you should die. Maybe Ame somehow manages to find a way, proves me wrong, but it definitely not happen. And on the bottom lane, Riki is a much better laner. And you can dodge his spear easily. But yeah, still pretty safe. Also, you have a Keeper of Light, lowering the cooldown on your abilities, so there's some kill potential there.
And it also comes down to whether or not XSS kind of gains that spear. Sometimes you can bait out the trade. You went and back down to Earth, spear goes and gets thrown, locks you up to a tree. So it's going to be a little bit of a mind game. I do like this swap, nothing to say, coming into the safe lane, and then Ame over mid. A couple of teams in the Chinese region that like doing that. I know IG is definitely one of those teams with Emo and Fly. They switched it up every now and then. It usually does involve Morphling on whether it's going to go for the 1 or 2. They do a couple of changes like that, and then every so often, it's all pretty rare of each.
Yeah, this is something the OG has been doing on the previous match quite a lot. Bottom lane.
So the trade, trying to get the kill. One more shot.
No RNG. Next assassin, last shot. Still wouldn't think that would be enough to take down the Mars, but it's a lot of harassment.
It ends up pushing him back for a moment. This is not a good feeling if you are that Mars. Still just sitting here level 1, the 2. And then now XinQ slowed up.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Back to the top tier 1. Bottom, take a look, nothing to say. So far, just 7-1.
I thought you were going to say we're going to take a look at the bottom, not safe, so we are moving away from the bottom lane.
Up top. More to say here. And bottom. XinQ. He's been up against Borax. They've been trying to fight each other. Back and forth they go. And XinQ drag the quick play. If he does enchant that boar, XinQ now in some trouble. The XinQ about to pop. This could be first blood. Strike is in.
I'm just getting started.
4 kills. Then the last game already for him.
Borax showing that Boar belongs to him.
I guess you could say this Monkey King's not going to be a boar.
So Enchantress will pull Crit Wave, the big one, easy to do, especially if you cut down like 4 trees. So makes a lot of sense. First blood for them. Actually got it. Yeah, Monet got it.
More kills than last.
Yeah, this heavy involvement early on in 1 kill looks much better than what he had in the previous one. Bottom lane,
Chase tricks of the trade, looking for the spear to line up. Actually hits him. The blink strike looking for LaNm. Now they've got the impale hitting on Nothing to Say. He needs to run away from XXS. Well, won't end up dead, and there's the South. Surviving.
I like how this one feels.
Runes falling. It's the top lane. XinQ will pick up the Arcane one.
Ooh, skewer on the tower, but waited for him to go. He's safe. I'm going after Borax again. We'll take out that to the trade. He lined it up. Silence. Nothing to Say is just constantly playing up and push forward with the aggression. It feels like he's a moment away from paying for it.
Needs to make some
The
extra.
White Album skewers, but with him is that through strike, and White Album will crumble.
And this is why Morphling is such a good, laner in the mid lane against the Magnus. Magnus still, getting the farm, but Morphling getting a kill there. Bounty rune spawning in 5 seconds. Ame will be able to refill his bottle. He's picking it up. Yeah, don't worry. I got your back. I'm not going to pick it up.
If he were
Waters rise.
or if he picked it up. So refill that bottle. Take some sips. Health and mana for Ame. And that kill up against White Album, who's now still just level 5, closer to that level 6. We'll see what he does with that RP if he wants to move. I don't know if it's going to be enough control. They've got LaNm nearby. Level 6. Believe. Ooh. Let's put in that experience. Maybe stopping him from getting enough. From hitting that level 6. He's up from Borax, XinQ, and Monet over mid. They're going to start to put some pressure on the
Dire's
tier
middle
1.
tower is under attack.
See how the reaction is from Aster as LaNm just chases it since the 5 position against the 5 position. We've seen it a couple times before, and now White Album waveform aggressively. His level 6 did have that RP, but not committing to
Radiant
use it.
structures are fortified.
So now it's looking like Ame wants to make a move once again, but Borax is here. Impetus shot, adaptive strike is the shockwave from Borax. Illuminate splits between White Album as well as the Enchantress. Wait for both with the switch. Shockwave, skewer, RP. Morph in trouble, but there's the spear as well as the impale they get.
That matters. Multiple stuns underneath the tower. Yeah, you're tanky. It's a level 3 morph, so maybe if it was 4, you would still be able to get out, but that's a 4-man rotation and answered. 2k gold lead already.
Similar to what they had in the previous game with this net worth lead. The only question is, how will they use it? That's a 4-man rotation that ends up mid, that opens up these lanes for both the Beastmaster as well as Riki. Riki working with some space. Not a lot of time with that space, as you can see. 2,500 gold for him, sitting towards the bottom half, just barely above it. Watch Buckle again, LaNm, Monet, Spike Enchantress, and the 2-man impact way forward from Ame trying to get a kill on this assassin, who is moving at 355, way faster than these heroes on the side of OGG. Blink strike from NothingToSay.
They got him real good. That position fight Nexus had causing some issues.
Radiant's middle tower
Top
is
lane
under
did
attack.
really well for Monet. I don't think he realizes that there is Magnus in his team, so he does not have to go for the battle.
Dire's
Hope
middle
he
tower
changes
is under
that.
attack.
Nothing queued up so far. We'll see if he can. Down bottom, scoop. Or actually, sorry, spear.
In my shadow.
Put him to the wall. XinQ ends up dead. LaNm gets the kill. And Tread pick up on White Album. This
Dire's structures
target
are
really low over
fortified.
mid. Ame trying to take it by himself. I'm here to help him, just innocence nearby will secure the rune. It's a regen rune, and now LaNm will just catch a glimpse of these 2 heroes and then walk
Radiant's
away.
top tower
Few
is under
for
attack.
Riki, a little bit different than what we saw from Ame.
Yeah. 1-1-1 at the moment. I see played queued up, which you can't afford to go for it. It's still an item that got buffed. 200 less gold on the Eagle song, so you get up faster, and you still have Riki. That okay, Riki, interesting build. He's going for the diffusal blade this time.
Yeah. Changing it up from what we saw when Ame played that Riki in the first game. Monet. Young's chasing. Five, so they don't have a way to stop him in his tracks, but these Mone's here. Monet in some trouble, waiting for him over. Get that Jingus proc and won't be able to survive Beyond with the kill on the Monkey King.
He's committing. Monkey King is all in, getting that Battle Fury. Seems like more cleave equals more chances to win.
Let's see if that holds true. Go Jelly 480 inside. We pass to the
Dire's
Morphling
top
as well as
tower
the Riki.
is under attack.
Now LaNm, Spike Carapace, as well as Member on to Ame. And 2-man stun. So when a couple multiple stuns, he's been on it so far. Question is, can they take advantage? They do it with K still. They're
Dire's
trying to
bottom
capture
tower
White Album,
is under
skewer
attack.
away. Nothing to see behind. LaNm with tier 1
Radiant's
tower.
bottom tower is under attack.
For this
Dire's
Carapace.
middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle
say
tower
really
has fallen.
going forward. They do the RP. Here's Impale. Now they've got the bus.
Gotcha.
Is down RP is used. That lands on a 2, but there's no follow-up. These are
Arena.
now they're putting this out, and it only hits XinQ. Spear to the wall. This is still a lot less than the Aster would have been prepared for. Nothing to say thinking about the reinitiation, but the
Dire's
rest of the team have
structures are
already left him.
fortified.
I'm just trying to think of a reason why Monkey King is getting a battlefield for himself. The best I think so far is it's core Magnus, so he doesn't feel two of them are gonna be playing together. So he needs to get the cleave for himself. No, because there's a difference when you have position 4 or 5 mag, or when you have a core mag, where you're just running around your core, stopping them up. As a core Magnus, you also want to get the farm for yourself.
So maybe they won't be playing around the map together. Could be the difference maker. Still though, Monet net worth by a couple hundred. With Morphling, there's a big split between Riki and Beastmaster. You don't normally see a Beastmaster this far behind. He's usually towards the top of the net worth.
It really is. This time around, he picked up his speed. Usually, he just gets the Necro Book if he doesn't get that much farm. Goes back to jungle, but it goes back to that. He's laning against the Enchantress. You don't get too much for you're actually getting it used against yourself. And Borax kind of minus queued up. Like this Enchantress really wants to scale.
Another two-man stun coming through from the Nyx Assassin. Innocence and Ame die to get down to Borax, but a good turnaround from Aster taking out Ame, and there the tip coming through from this Aster lineup. XXS and Borax giving 100 shots over to Ame.
Man, LaNm is on fire with those stuns.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
It got cast point got improved by 0.1, so it's a bit easier to land a stun, but still you need to be very close. The cast range is still the same, and he is getting off of corrosion on that position 5 Nyx Assassin.
Borax dead game.
Oh, you didn't see that
Because that's slowing down the Midas that he's been wanting to go for. Has it queued up. Gets slowed down and back-to-back deaths really quickly in succession. Still a 3k lead here for Aster. Ame, Blade, Evil Song, still a couple hundred gold away.
That's gonna help quite a lot.
Bottom tower is under
Bursting
attack.
the certain heroes, especially the Enchantress, who can be hard to deal with once she gets the points in the touchable. She's on level 5 now, but the Hand of Midas will get her 3 levels.
Battle Fury almost finished. Blue Dagger on Magnus. Ooh, RP, that's Beastmaster that land the stun. They'll get the kill. Faith Beyond is gone. White Album. Good night.
XXS has enough money to buy a Blade
Dire's
Dagger if he
bottom
wants
tower
to.
is under
Maybe
attack.
he's still deciding. Dual Scepter also feels good. I have this Empower. That I get a blink.
The Mars in trouble. Tricks of the trade. XXS falling to Faith Beyond. Bit of spam there from XXS as he dies to the other offlaner, taking a little 3x spree. Okay. Oh, bottom just farming by himself. Now he's got
top
a
tower
loadout
is
near.
under attack.
So Battle Fury, I believe, is getting delivered, and now he's playing near this Magnus.
Radiant's bottom
Double
tower
clip,
is under
yeah.
attack.
It's gonna hurt quite a lot.
Radiant structures are fortified.
P over from Faith Beyond is over. They've also got Morphling here. Battle Fury, there it is. We can combine together. He picks that up. Now the E-Blade is not too far out from Is this a big difference in
Dire's
E-Blade?
top tower
Yeah, you can pull
is
up some of
under
these
attack.
heroes, but are OGD in a position to fight?
They're looking for Riki to finish his Blade and the E-Blade, then it's time to go. I still feel like the pick-off that LGD has is really, really strong. Their team fight straight up 5 versus 5 is not that good, because you're playing into bars, into RP, so Wukong's command on top of that, so it's gonna be much harder for them to, just go and try to see 5 on 5.
Dire
Is
are
really good
scanning.
pick off heroes, so use their strength.
Thunder going up towards last. And Primal Wolf speeded to Borax, but LG went the other direction. They don't get this kill just yet. The Blinding Light pushing Borax. Carapace up and sailing down the silent. They start to kill the Enchantress.
Dire's middle tower is under
Monet,
attack.
they get the kill on the Innocence. They are using this Coddle. LaNm dead, so does Faith Beyond. Well, it's a 2-for-1 so far. Nothing to outrun the Primal Springs a little bit short. That was a bit sloppy from LGD. They went up with Rolling Thunder, and then the Primal Roar was used on the Enchantress. They were split up and couldn't get the kill.
Yeah, Borax, you know. It's tough one because Nyx Assassin was there in vicinity to just be able to scout things out. In Vendetta, they were afraid, just put a sentry and observer on top to see what's actually happening. E-Blade, I believe, was not in that fight. I don't think they had the E-Blade.
Sassy, up Mississippi, he's being caught. There's the RP coming through. That's out of the Morphling, and that's on to the Riki. You know what I'm going to say? We'll go for up. Monet, waveform kind of distance, but not too far out of the hand of this Aster lineup. Though he gets out, he gets recalled by Instance. Maybe by the skin of his teeth.
Not sure what Ame was trying to do there. Like, you know, Nyx Assassin will get the carapace off. He showed some great performance on the Nyx. Maybe he was thinking, I'll just blow him up during the waveform.
Radiant's bottom
So I'll
tower
get
is under attack.
Carapace back. I'm vulnerable during it. Maybe that was the plan. Didn't really work
Dire's middle
out.
tower
LaNm
is
now
under
starting
attack.
things down.
Now, screen down, LaNm with the stun. Looking very dead on his screen already. Nothing to say. He'll take him. Monet going for the KD. He's got that battle fury, so he's farming really well. Up 900 over to the Morphling. I think to say it seems like his farm is really slow. Riki only at 7k net worth, and he's going Diffusal Axe a lot different from what we saw first time around with the Riki.
Yeah, much value of the Aghanim Scepter. It's a completely different thing because you cleave all 2 targets possibly. The damage is insanely good. It's still a decent pickup
Radiant's
for Rick,
bottom tower is under attack.
but
Dire's top tower is
maybe
under
he
attack.
feels that Morphling is the real carry in this game, and he just needs to be like a true assassin instead.
And Enchantress going Gluttony. Midas, Gluttony. Oh, now switches it over to the Orchid. Okay. He just changed it.
More control for like Morphling. He still doesn't have a defensive item if he doesn't use Material Blade himself. And the Riki also, like if you get the good timing on that Orchid, it also amplifies your damage by so much.
Wait, will be bought by this Riki, not committing to the ag just yet, maybe seeing how it feels. You can always turn that into a Yasha, go a different direction with it. Bow, Essence Ring both dropping. Still just a 2k lead right now for Aster. Definitely feeling like they're the ones in the driver's seat of this game so far. Blink Dagger being built by XinQ on the Pango, so we'll have that Rolling Thunder and that Blink Dagger to really disrupt these fights.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Shard and Pangolier we've seen in the previous game, not the full potential of it, because there was a peak piercing ability from Beastmaster, but this time around might be a bit better.
Proved up mid on LGD with Beastmaster just bottom, as well as the Morphling up towards top. You've got 3 heroes mid. They're gonna TP over. They're gonna try and help up top. Morphling getting low. Ame, Dead to White album coming through with XSS. That's the arena dump. The retaliation from LGD is just too late. They TP'd in, but he was already dead.
Seems like they can't find any good openings. Couple of good sentries in Aster's top of the map, where like you're playing against the Riki, who has the field blade, so you want to have Enchantress a lot of fun. Like she's almost keeping up with Beastmaster.
Yeah, 6 network this Enchantress. That Midas really paying off. And also level 10 going with the Orchid. I was really wishing that they would go for the Gluttony on the Enchantress, but there's the Rolling Thunder as well as the Blink Dagger that goes up to LaNm. Spike. Carapace. Now the Blink strikes in. Trick to the trade. Rolling Thunder. One last shot. Instance Illuminate will take the Nyx's life. Play 1K lead for Aster. However, LGD, they want this merge, they want this Aegis, they're going to make an attempt at it. Aster without the Nyx Assassin. Question is whether or not they're willing to fight his own.
Going down the fast so quickly, the arena's going to be ready to come into the Primal Roar.
And he moved into this Mars. Got Blink Strike on XSS. You're back, give it a shot coming through from Enchantress. One more shot until they get the kill on XSS. They'll take out this Mars. They'll look over Borax trying to TP out. Nothing to say against the kill. Hero's gone. Innocent fought back. However,
Radiant's
they
middle
do
tower
get
is
themselves
under attack.
their hands on Aegis.
That's gonna keep Monet alive because we can see that he loves to play, you know, a bit too aggressively, overextend, stay one creep wave more than he should. So this allows him to get, you know, get there if he's in trouble. LaNm once again getting caught.
Yeah, they're trying to go into LaNm to pop the BKB on Monet. XinQ busted up. Wave forward with the blade adaptive strike.
Washed up.
Blows off from to the hero. LaNm, it's hard to survive now, it feels.
It really is. So Monkey King has that BKB working towards the Aghanim scepter. I would still prefer if he just went into Ags, into BKB. You already have that cleave. But yeah, double cleave seems like it's working out well for them. 2k gold lead. LGD is coming back, you know, playing into Riki and Morphling, so you know that this lineup will scale nicely into the late game.
And it's about to max for the Riki. 600 gold away for nothing to say. Borax still building the Orchid. He's not too far off. The Oblivion staff. Going again with Shard on the Beastmaster, we talked about that, how it's mainly just for the control of the Hawks. Seems like the added benefit of the dive is, you know, just basically an extra. You'd probably buy it.
Yeah, he feels so good. RP one.
Onto the Riki. They've got the control. There's the Inca to follow it up. They hold the back. One strike on the control. That means he's able to throw it over to the Beastmaster. He's about to throw it onto the Riki, but seeing as the time his LaNm hits the stun, they get a kill onto a second. When XSS comes over, throws out the God's Rebuke. A lot of damage coming on Ame. That forces him to waveform out.
LaNm is chasing.
Innocence. These stuns on the Spear is there. The kill as well. XXS finishes off the 3-for-0 in favor of Aster.
That was a team fight without Wukong's command and without Arena. So very nice initiation. RP just on one. Not exactly the target they needed to take out because Riki right now dishes some serious amount of damage and be Riki to catch after he just one blink, tricked up the trade, so he's buying a lot of time for his team to get in a correct plate.
Yeah, it's looked good as far they put it all together. You know, help the Arena on that fight. You got Nyx Assassin going for his Shard. Orb of Corrosion with the Tranquil.
Radiant's
Wand,
middle tower
and
is under
Shard on
attack.
Nyx Assassin only go away from that.
Unlocking max movement speed and reducing the bad cruises by 1%.
Radiant are
A
scanning.
bit more speed in Vendetta. Doesn't sound too bad. Sure, but corrosion, it's a lot of investment for your position 5. Not sure why
I
he
am
would
mighty.
like trying to get possibly like a 4-staff or playing into Riki, into Beastmaster
Radiant's
could
middle
be a
tower
much
is under
better
attack.
and safer choice. You can save yourself, save your teammates. I mean, Orb of Corrosion is not the same amount of gold, but still, you know, it's half of the price.
See if, you know, what his progression is. If that ends up hurting him. Not having a 4-staff, not able to get away from the Riki hasn't been a problem so far, as really the Riki hasn't been the aggressor. It's more so trying to survive when he gets hit by these RPs as well as these spears. Maybe it'll become a problem when there's a bit more farm on the Riki, feels a little bit more confident, nothing to say, dives in, finds LaNm, and that's where your problems are coming from. However, right now, that's not where it's at. And Aster look over again. One-man armies. They find the Riki again. It got Vendetta as well as the stun.
Middle tower is under attack.
Clean up RP committed every single time for this trip.
I love how White Album is not hesitating. He sees Riki, he's like, I'm going in. Even if they decide to take this team fight, we still have two big abilities, Wukong's Command, Arena on top of that, just to keep them in place, and we can still win a team fight even if I just RP one guy.
Yeah. Taking out that Riki, slowing his network down, and he's fine. It just picked up that Ags, and it's a 7k lead for Aster. It does pick up when you've got the RP, you've got the Arena, and things feeling a little bit rough. Indeed. They're not gonna kill this. They can hear it down as well as the spear on the fate beyond. Throws the shield of the wall, but it's not going to do anything. And they still take up the Beastmaster and now Riki alive, but it doesn't matter. White Album on a mega kill streak. I believe White Album, now the screw back. Silence, balance, strike. Riki in some trouble. Wukong command comes out. But not enough.
At the Wukong.
Into Monet, they will caught coming. Wait for him back. Hook for the Pebbles thing that closes the gap. People over now at Innocence to a blinding light, but it doesn't matter. Keeping be popped by this Monkey King. Blink forward from SSS. Retreats. 3 heroes on LGD. Aster just jumping down the throats of LGD.
LGD just
Radiant's middle
feels
tower
disconnected. I
Dyer's
kind of
bottom
reminds me of
tower
what
is
Aster
under
did in the
attack.
previous game, where they were just farming, getting up, and repeat that until the game ends. Roshan may respawn in a minute and 40 seconds. Pretty sure LGD will have a vision of it with the Hawk. That was looking rough for LGD, because like last 3-4 fights, they just straight up lost those.
They haven't really been able to find victory in this game.
Dyer's middle tower is under attack.
Always seeming like they're on the
Dire
back
are
foot.
scanning.
Take a look at this replay once again. The BKB was popped by a White Album. Morphs into the Mars, hit by the balance. Both the Morphling as well as the Riki forced away with Wukong's command coming in, trying to just disrupt the fight with the Rolling Thunder, but within the Wukong, he loses his life very quickly. They try to focus their attention on the Morphling. Instead, they'll find Innocence, blinding light, not enough. Evil be thrown over at Monet, who has that BKB, and was looking at this Kato at the time. So they get the kill onto the Kato. Morphling and Riki get away. It's still a 9k lead for Aster.
It feels like they're in just full control of the game. You did not see the number. You probably see it's around 15, 20,000. Didn't know how dominating they look in team fights. The next big team fight is going to be around the Roche, which may respawn in 30 seconds. There's no Arena nor KB, so that's going to be up pretty much if Roshan does not respawn immediately.
Recall bottom,
Dyer's bottom
try to
tower
push the
is
tier
under
1
attack.
tower, get themselves at least the
Dyer's
money in the bank.
structures are fortified. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Glyph is up. The tower is done.
Dyer's bottom tower has fallen.
You get the tower and the scan the Roach pit, knowing that this timing is hitting.
Dyer's bottom tower is
It's a
under
long
attack.
road, 2 minutes, 50 seconds until it's going to be back up. Who does that benefit?
Like, Aster would
Radiant's top tower
want to take
is under
fight right
attack.
now, because they feel so much
Dyer's
stronger.
bottom tower is
So
under
we might
attack.
even see like 2 fights happening if LGD does not send a Hawk to sort things out. Because they should be afraid of Aster taking the Roshan, which is not
Dyer's
spawned.
bottom
But
tower
they don't
is
know
under
about it.
attack.
Hawk flying over, spotting
Dyer's
these dire
structures are
heroes.
fortified.
It's the good force.
Radiant's top
Starts
tower
to back
is under
up.
attack.
The side of Aster are migrating toward the bottom. Not gonna find anything though. And Wind Waker being built for the Kato. If he gets the both of that. He does have Philosopher's Stone. And hope.
This will do just fine.
My question is why? Like, a very, very expensive item, you know. It's
a lot
like
of commitment.
6,000+, 7,000 actually. Wow. I tried it once against Buck, which I think it had a really, you know, I played it as a core, so I believe it was Queen of Pain, where you can just, you know, snap the coil without triggering it. So that's what. It's a huge investment,
Dyer's
especially
bottom
for
tower is
Keeper
under
of the
attack.
Light. Like, I can understand he wants to get
Dyer's
out of the
bottom
arena,
tower
possibly
has fallen.
still feel like getting Magnus on Keeper of the Light to feel much better.
Finders
So see if he commits to it. It's only queued up right now. It's a lot of gold commitment. He's holding 2,300 gold. That is an expensive amount of gold, or an exorbitant amount of gold to be holding.
Well, he can save allies with it, you know, so you can think about that item as a potential save. They get good initiation because you don't have any kind of save, and then the Waymaker comes up.
Borax, 12,000 net worth. Riki, Dragon Lance, Scotty for the Enchantress.
He super farmed.
That
Midas, like, what did he finish it? Like 12, 13 minutes in? It all got delayed. Times got killed when he was just 100 gold short.
Yeah, I bet you chat was like briefing, report support, but you know.
Who is this guy?
What
Why
is
is
he
he
doing?
playing in a professional team?
Bobica greater than Borax, some stuff like that. But now he's got 12,000 net worth.
He's level 18.
Yeah.
Like,
Radiant's top
Morphling
tower
is
is
level
under
21,
attack.
Riki's level 19. Just for comparison.
They're gonna use this blade on the Morphling. All that up with the spear. He's trying to survive, but there's the impale. Everything.
And a
getting
BKB,
thrown.
like, they just threw everything at him. I don't think BKB was needed. They could also potentially maybe use an Orchid, but there's BKB or Morphling.
Dyer's bottom
And he's
tower
also
is under
going
attack.
for Butterfly.
Nothing to say in XinQ. They're on the tier 3 tower. See if any reaction is in as Roche is up.
Someone careful because it's a Beastmaster, ton of damage with the macro units.
Sean has fallen into the dagger.
Roche. Monet picks up the Aegis. Beastmaster was trying to get in there. Had a hawk nearby the pit, but at the Primal Spring, the balance strike. The silence comes out from the Light Album. Rolling Thunder bouncing back and forth. That keeps me alive with 60 health.
So close. Clutch. Rolling Thunder coming up from XinQ.
Spotting Mars. Few little tricks. Not doing a lot of damage.
There's no back fury, so you don't clear the creeps.
Wants to go again though. Smoke screen down once more. BKB's been popped. Balance strike coming in. Looking for nothing to say, but he is out of the way. Innocence.
Nothing to. Oh, no bash. And the Pistol Blade was 2 seconds on cooldown.
Sweating.
Very tense. So Keeper of the Light, kind of committing for that Wind Waker. Just needs 4,000 plus gold to find somewhere on the map.
double damage.
Somewhere along this map. Light out. Silence. So LaNm coming through. Look how fast he's moving. Catching up. But missing the stun. Like the first one he's going.
Look how fast he's missing that stun. You know, jokes aside, LaNm had a really nice performance on this next assassin, just getting multiple heroes, impales, and yeah, just being a nuisance for the enemies, cutting things out, disrupting the smokes, using carry base, which set up kills on the Morphling a couple of times.
Monet's setting up.
Dire
He's going
are
into
scanning.
MKB. He's super fun.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Bounce
attack.
worth excellent. Setting up on top of this hill. I like it. Making sure if anyone comes over, it's arena down.
Dyer's courier has been killed.
Just yet. Swashbuckle in, blink back, but there, XinQ go, catching him.
Dyer's top tower is under attack.
5 heroes will
Radiant's
design
bottom
the
tower
counter
is under
jinx.
attack.
A little sneaky on
Dyer's
that.
structures are
But a little
fortified. Radiant's
workout.
bottom tower
Mars
has
was
fallen.
quick on
Dyer's middle
reactions.
tower is under
They
attack.
found the Morphling. Monet gets in on time, pop the BKB.
Abyssal is ready.
He's stuck.
What's he
Wait
waiting?
for him.
All right. There's Jason,
Trees,
Monkeys.
will sprint, and now the bash is the Abyssal Blade. There was that E-Blade, and now the Katos, the Buffy guys, Innocence is on, in the air though, is Morphling, it's got the Spear, the Palace, Monet with another monster kill streak, 80 seconds with that.
You were my target all
Please take out
along.
LaNm, but nothing to say. It's Blink Strike away and get some space. They're still looking for him.
They should probably try to get a gem. They already actually have a gem on Mars to be able to see the Riki, see the Hawk. A lot of value coming out from that gem.
Trying to get this.
Radiant's top tower
Nothing to
is
say.
under
Pick
attack.
up a bounty. Get a
Dire's
second.
middle tower
Tier 2
is under
top
attack.
goes going down for LGD. No saving this one.
Radiant's top tower is fallen.
Smoke picked up by the Knicks. 17 seconds
Radiant's
till he's
top
back
tower
up.
is under
And
attack.
onto the high ground they go.
Still a minute and a half left at Aegis. Once you start hitting those buildings and just stand your ground with the Aghanim Scepter on Monkey, like it's very hard for the enemies to just jump
Radiant's
in.
top
Yeah.
barracks are under attack.
So, Monet
Radiant's
just
top
standing his
barracks
ground,
has fallen.
the kill on
Radiant's
both
top
the
barracks has
directs.
fallen.
Otto still committing to the Wind Waker. Psg.Lgd being built by Magnus. This is a lot of goals coming from Kata, where maybe you'd like him to go for anything else.
It's just the like no DD. He's not there. Like in that field, I'm taking a serious fight for a very long time. Multiple times we've seen Ahmed just picked off over and over again.
Yeah, he's had a bit of a rough game. Monet 9-1-6. Now you take a look. Not being the nicest game to this Morphling, but 13k behind, a high ground defense, maybe a Roche, turn it around for LGD, give some hope to the OGD fans out there.
Dire's
But
middle
I'm not sure if they
is
have
under
time.
attack.
Roach may respawn in 3 minutes. I still think Aster should push for more. You know, go for high ground. All your abilities are up, and there's the smoke.
Also got MKB being built by Monet and Morphling going for
And Monet's just getting gold out of somewhere. I'm not sure where the gold is coming from. Probably that Battlefield plus Empower, just jumping around the trees.
Borax also almost has an MKB. Yeah, it's just the recipe away. The richest Enchantresses you'll see, keeping up with the Riki and net worth ahead of the Beastmaster, 15,000 on the Ench. Borax doing work so far.
In East region, because you don't see this kind of stuff in other regions, and I'm pretty sure, you know, other regions will start to pick it up from them, try to copy it.
If they can, Timeless Relic, Flicker, Trickster Cloak for Aster, as well as the Illusionist Cape now coming through for LGD. Octar and Core for the Riki, so back towards looking at that 24 seconds Tricks of the Trade cooldown. If you can get that far.
It's like it's a thing, at least for Psg.Lgd. Time pro, but for I'm gonna say the same kind of build. There is a Battlefield instead of Fusel Blade, but other than that, it's pretty much mirror.
2 MKBs already. Almost in Abyssal will be finished off for White Album. There it is, getting delivered by the Courier. A big power spike with Monkey King Bar for 2 heroes, and then the Abyssal Blade, Trickster Cloak for the Magnus, RP Abyssal, the lockdown of plenty ready to go, and still Wind Waker queued up for Kata. Not making as much.
Dire's top tower is under
You
attack.
don't like the item, huh?
I'm just, you know, it's been a long time where he's had this queued up. And you think about other
Dire's
items.
top tower is under attack.
There's a lot of synergy between his will Wisp, the one that you get with the Aghanim Scepter, around Marsory. You know, there's still BKBs, of
Dire's
course.
top tower is
You can
under
try
attack.
to break the team fight after
Abyssal.
BKBs.
And then looking for that RP, but doesn't land. So I'll be down. Might have missed that for the first time in the series.
It's all good. We've seen them taking the fight with RP being down, so could still potentially go and try to take a fight. Spell person found. Let's see who decides to take it. Lowering the cooldown on Mag feels pretty good. Trickster Cloak is available, so
Dire's middle
he's
tower
gonna hand
is
it
under
to
attack.
someone.
Okay. 21 has the addition to the Untouchable slow. Rare that you see Enchantresses get that third talent from the position he's in. That being said, XinQ's also level
Dire's
19.
bottom
Four
tower is under attack.
positions, finding some well, some levels. The Pangolier not as nearly as farmed as this Enchantress.
Still has a decent amount of farm considering how things are going for them.
What you'll find.
Cute. Odds Rebuke and it's the blink away.
Death's
In goes
bounty.
trees. Is he out? Ooh, trying to TP. I'm not sure that spear would hit if he had just committed. So now XinQ in a lot of trouble. Stunned up. Abyssal dead. Monet now got 10, 1, and 6.
Monet, you know, just showing that instead of farming that Nothing had did in the previous game, can also join fights. I think it was one of those sequences like, give this hero, I'll show you how it's played. I want to be aggressive instead of just hit the creeps. So, yeah, very nice performance from Monet.
Yeah.
Radiant's middle tower
Well,
is
picks
under
up the
attack.
shard, going into the sky next. Hex being built for the Mars, nothing to say. On that Octarine Coral could make something
Radiant's middle
happen,
tower
but getting
has
surpassed.
fallen.
Look at the just the
Dire's
net worth
top
on
tower
Monet
is under
compared to
attack.
anybody else. The farm's just
Dire's top tower has fallen.
making itself fail. Going to Roche, third row.
Cheese, Aegis, and Refresher. A lot of value from Refresher.
Dire are scared.
Monk.
Roshan has
So
fallen.
she will name it. Let's see who decides to take it. It is gonna be Mag for now. He's very close to his level 25.
And really close to that level 25. Should hit it soon. You've got level 26 for the Monkey King, 22 for the Enchantress, who now have a Blink Dagger to add to the arsenal. Lowest level in the game is Kyle at 16. Now, have level
Remind me
3 on
again, what is Claro going for?
He is going for the Wind Waker.
Just 400 all the way.
With time spent, you can give yourself this luxurious item of the Wind Waker. It's behind door number 1. Just gotta get there. Lincoln's picked up on the Morphling. We're gonna see it get picked up in all of its game.
They'll never see this
Be,
coming.
you know, it's a save. I think he's just doing it for that purpose. He does not want to use it on himself, but just by time if they get a good initiation from Nyx Assassin, possibly RP, maybe a spear.
Smoke, and look how fast the LaNm moves. Gas. He's going so fast. 600 movement speed for this Nyx Assassin. Really showing off how fast you can go on that Nyx with the shard. Pretty crazy how quick they're moving around the map. 15,000 net worth lead right now for Aster, waiting for their moment. They've got Thorn being by the mag. He's got that fresher shard, that double RP, that double abyssal. A lot here to control the Psg.Lgd. And now they just need to find the opportunity to get up the steps and steal seriously from LGD. They're close.
One thing Aster needs to be careful about is trying to initiate on Morph, who has that escape. So it could be a bit tricky. You know, you see that illusion, I'll RP it. They know that he has it, but still, it's something that you can
Radiant's
also
bottom tower
try
is
to
under
bait,
attack.
give it on your like position 4, so they don't expect it without showing that you have the
You're
item.
almost as good as me.
Yeah, try to go bait for it. But Morphling for
Dire's
now,
top
just
tower
holding it,
is under attack.
stats on it.
Launch. Boom. Stun. To Monkey King. Spike Carapace.
Borax is actually the one dealing down damage. Everyone else is being afraid.
Ooh. Wait for Jordan back. Bait something out. There it is. There's the Wind Waker.
All eyes on Caudle.
One of the better little games. Solid. What they can do. Smoke screen down. Fainting on that Rolling Thunder. LaNm. Pango, you're out.
Radiant's bottom
Continuing with the smoke screen, but there's just no way they can. There's the weight throws, the Rolling Thunder is on the hit. They've got themselves the arena down with the BKB powered by White Album. Now the Invisible is thrown off this Magnus, but is it going to be enough? He turns into the Magnus and skewers it away. They're still holding on RP. They've got themselves Battle Struck as well as the RP coming after the more. Look at that. Wind Waker, but is it enough? They're in the Wukong's command, the waveform out of the circle. Now looking back in, they're going to look over him. The Monkey King still within the Wukong. The blinding light keeps him away. He's not overactive. He's not getting far enough. He tries to get retrieve the TP out from White Album. Is this a successful defense? They're still trying to catch up to the Monkey King. They kill on Mars. They've taken out two without buyback on the side of Aster. But with this shard, look how quick he just gets out of there on these trees.
And we could see the full potential of the Wind Waker. This is why he built it. Like, I want to save my Morphling. These 2.5 seconds gives him enough time for everyone else to reset, group around, some control on the enemy team. So yeah, you can see Aster still respecting the LGD there, not going for the melee barrack, instead going for the range ones, and Enchantress is pretty much the only hero who was hitting the buildings, while rest of the team, Monkey goes in, gets maybe one hit, and instantly goes back.
That's what you're doing.
Really is. Second Daedalus
Dire's
on
middle
being
tower
built on
is
Riki,
under attack.
and he's also getting very close to his level 25.
Zooming around the map right now. Scotty for Monkey King's got 8,000 gold, saving up. Looking to build that interest, get that 401k ready to retire, get that Scotty out. Here's the purpose. Let's see what he can do. He sold it right away. He's thinking about it. He's in level 27 for the moment. And just being built by the Nyx Assassin. Aegis gets reclaimed. Passing over the cheek to White Album. Art from Mars, I believe. The Shiva's.
Dire are scanning.
Okay. So now it's only 10k. Maybe Aster feel like, that fight really didn't exactly go our way. A little bit of network back into the hands of LGD.
Just wait for the next roach. See what happens. You know, it's a cheese refresher.
Mag's blessing.
Exactly.
Plus
Aegis.
Oh, no.
I was talking about Aster. They already have eggs on Monkey King. There's none on Nyx Assassin. Mars would be the good potential of picking it up.
Yeah. Bulwark upgrade.
Dire's bottom tower is under
Ooh,
attack.
Magnus, that shockwave. We call on Riki. And XinQ put some pressure on over bottom. Actually, LGD is all around this except for the
Oh, look at them go. They're deep in it on a
Rival
fall.
Warriors gonna go through, and now they've got the arena down to the super heat as well. The sun are reaching out. It's going. Now a strike that comes through. They've got themselves a refresher drone, and now they're gonna look to get this kill. Psg this around the Pangolier. LGD is going sour very quickly. Wait for XinQ's dead. 3 heroes up inside LGD was an all or nothing. That doesn't work out. Ame is dead. 100 seconds.
Has a buyback. That was, you know, they need to do something different instead of a straight up 5 versus 5. So they set a hawk near the end of the base. They try to TP with 2 boots of travel. They also have a possible recall from the Keeper of the Light. But it backfires. They lose 4.
Now don't have Pango or Beastmaster.
Radiant's bottom barracks are under attack.
2 buybacks.
It'll get used by the Cotton as well as Morphling. That means it won't have it if they die in this next exchange. Nothing to stay. Like comes in, Ame leading forward. Daedalus picked up for the
Radiant's
Riki.
middle
So
tower
this
is
guy's
under
not
attack.
Daedalus and going Divine Rage. We were talking about the potential damage to Riki in the first game. Will make a difference having now Daedalus.
Radiant's middle tower is falling.
Dead alive, probably. Flattened, so.
White Album actually taking a significant amount of damage. Vegas. Bit of Innocence. Trying to get a neon disc. All 5 aloft for LGD. And Roche is
Attack.
It feels like LGD might need to for this and not give up in they've been barely able to fight. Gonna be quick. Not sure if he's gonna be able to get over there. Damage looking from Borax to do so fast.
They're just getting on the board right now, so they know something's up, and yeah, already gone. It's actually Enchantress for the Aghanim for Blessing. We have a Sproink that got off a bit in the previous patch.
Waters rise.
An absurd
Amazing what you'll find laying
Bounty,
around.
which my matriarch would prize.
That level 25 talent, you know, impetus damage is just gonna be insane.
Yeah, he's the one dealing the damage now. Taking that bottom set of racks himself. Kinda gross, the amount of farm he's got. Third on the net worth, ahead of Riki, ahead of his own Magnus. Thunder coming through with the silence onto the Monkey King. They're going to jump on him once again. Mars waiting in the wing. Couldn't go. Gets the arena down, but there's the silence from the They've got themselves a spear that hits onto Pangolier. The Wind Waker. They take out the first line out of the hands of this Monkey King. Will be back for a second. Spear thrown hits excess set. They've got bonus damage onto this Pangolier. They get the kill. Line on the look over at XSS. No longer KB. The front board. Can they get anything more? Right album. It's not the right play for him as the final wins. Now the chances are for LGD. They're going to go after Borax. Will Sproink away. But his shots are not going to matter. It's not going to deter the side of LGD. This tries to be out and he'll be successful doing so. But 98 seconds without Borax. White album. It's a long one. Just gets away from the Riki. White album whooping. And it's a big game changer. That was used by LaNm. They get the kill on the Monkey King, taking out his first life, and they also blow through Borax. This is pretty close to a Divine Rapier. It's another potential Divine Rapier game.
Riki's damage is disgusting. Like, he doesn't care about that untouchables. He's the one who's going to be taking care of the Enchantress. A bit at opposition there, you know. Not everyone seems to be on the same page in the last engagement faster. But once again, Wind Waker just buying a bit of time. What's the cooldown on it? It's 22 seconds. So same cooldown as Yule Scepter.
All that gold and it can't shake with
Double gem, you can't hide from the light. Exactly, can't hide from the light.
Monkey King, Satanic being built. And still for LaNm and another tome for Borax.
Not sure what he's trying to do with it. He's definitely not getting level 30 anytime soon. Maybe he could have gave it to Magnus. He is very close to level 30.
There's the Satanic, maybe enough to survive that fight, feeling very difficult. Aster, but that's also off the back of a RP triple dataless instead of the Divine Rapier. That's what he's got queued up.
Doesn't want to risk it. Like, give Rapier to the enemy team. You have decent carriers like Old Core, and Aster could be a potential candidate to pick it up.
Dataless, Datalai, Dataloxin. The level 3 when you've got 3 of them. Monkey King, he's queued up a Divine Rapier. Now thinking with the Satanic, is it enough to survive? Do you go to the Divine Rapier? What do you give up for that Spike Carapace? Innocence on the run. Aster close and smoked. XinQ bottom trying to push it out best he can. Aster will look ready to pounce. They're up 23,000 net worth. Shadow Blade being built by Magnus. XinQ will blink down south and TP away.
Like, at this point, these 23,000 net worth doesn't really matter that much, because a Riki is same farm. The Morphling is also 6 slotted. He's building a silver edge potentially to break Mars, Enchantress. You can break King's XinQ, so it's a decent item. Still does not have a Scotty, which is ultra farm out of this world. I don't know how's that even possible. I mean, it's Midas, he sold it, but yeah, doing still extremely well. There's the Sproink.
Get rid of the Fury, go to the Divine, potentially Funky King. He's got the Empower to work with. He said he didn't need Battle Fury.
Now it's a possible time to get rid of it.
Atlas Strike that comes through on the Morphling. They hop the link and they even go from left. Atlas side down the gun. This way being thrown off to Funky King. Arena's down as well as the BK.
There's the Wind Waker again.
They've got the Wind Waker. This man trying to get himself out of it. They've got a skewer that comes through off the ridge, trying to shoot the trade, make his way out, but NothingToSay is dead. He's got buyback. And he had a Divine Rapier, that would have been dropped, that would have been the game, but he does have buyback to work with. Monkey King, he's got 10k gold ready to spend.
Still does not want to get rid of that Battle Fury. It's a possibility that he get like a shard, Moon Shard instead, possibly a Refresher, double BKB, double Satanic, double Abyssal Blade, and of course your Wukong's Command.
Working with 25,000 net worth lead.
Radiant's bottom barracks are under
They want
attack.
both. Aster wants to get that buyback out of LGD.
Radiant's middle barracks are under attack.
XinQ. Oh, XinQ dead. He's got buyback. No gem on the deck though. Don't take this risk. Just
Radiant's bottom
between
barracks are under attack.
And now there's the buyback. The Rack survives for a
Radiant's
second, but
bottom
XSS
barracks has fallen.
one more poke.
Make
Take
it
the
barracks on the
barracks.
mid, no tier 3 tower, so they can go in. These are gonna be mega creeps. Still 30 seconds without Riki. Like, Riki does not use a buyback, but
They've got to go in.
okay, so they can actually survive without Riki using buyback here. They bought back.
And then we go with the forward to the Abyss Blade is used and XinQ trying to whip
middle
the
barracks
man right
are
on top of
under
him.
attack.
That's a
Buyback.
time.
Radiant
Dead for
structures
14
are
seconds. They've got the clip that hold. Be back up in 5. The clip when he's got 4 seconds remaining on this
This is
buyback.
gonna be mega creeps. Riki is out. Alright, they're not committed. Like, I still feel they could just go in with the one hero and try to finish it off. Yeah, exactly.
Back for a second and then head back in. NothingToSay leading the charge. Let's see what he gets out of this. Wukong's so massive and it makes it a problem. NothingToSay. They've got themselves the arena. Blinding light pushes Exorcist out of it. They got the Magnus strike as well. The Abyssal Blade. Riki's just back to the Wind Waker. Saved them for a second. They followed it up with the Abyssal. They've got the control. They're killing NothingToSay. Don't want to get the buyback. Got a lot of heroes on the side of Aster. Monet trying to finish one Ame on the one side right now. It's around. They've got themselves mega creeps. They get the Kona Monet. He's got buyback. He's down for 99 seconds to stay fine. Borax. They hit the death right. Don't kill off the Shanks. Sproink back. Not gonna matter. It is there. They got themselves
Radiant's
a
middle tower is under
Roach,
attack.
make spawn. 8 seconds. You can see a long line being drawn on the minimap. Bango's like, go ahead, going all in. Don't have too much time to waste. Roach,
shoot 45.
40. Yeah, that's a bit of a bad
Dire
thing
are
for
scanning.
LGD right there.
That is rough. Now 28,000 net worth lead, but this again, this Roach, if they can wait for it, if they can get it, it just seems so unlikely. Up against Mega Creep, backs against the wall, but
This is it.
2 minutes.
Rapier on Morphling. He just bought it.
Yeah, he's got the Divine Rapier 2-minute tier 5. The Rapier, maybe you get something that changes the game. Giants ready.
This ring feels broken on like strength heroes, so you want to get it on Aster's side. Minute and
Makes it
30
Aster.
seconds. Yeah,
With the Giants ring and the Shard. Should be fun.
should be.
Divine Rapier for Morphling. One style next. Make sure Data is on Riki. Do you just go Divine Rapier? You drop one of them.
Yeah, I don't think you have anything to lose anymore. You're playing against Mega Creep, so you just straight up buy the Rapier. He sold the Diffusal Blade. Diffusal is really not doing that much anyway, so yeah. Ton of damage, double Daedalus, and Divine Rapier.
That's so much damage. Just gotta finish off for the Morphling, going all in for this one. 50 seconds until the tier 5 items. If you're Aster, I feel like you force the situation. You don't want to be going up against potentially tier 5 items that benefit LGD.
Well, maybe they're thinking, you know, we are gonna get those tier 5 items, and yeah, have them in the
see if this Riki does anything to say for it. Jason tributes with a lot of damage down the corner. The corner Innocence, nothing to say. He can't get into this one. Triple kill. Monet, there's the tricks of the trade. Takes out the Mars. XSS is gone. As well as the Kato, though. Buyback on the Mars. XSS back in the fight, and now they're going to charge down mid. You've got tier 5s available, but now nobody can pick them up with 2 heroes down on the side of LGD.
Monkey King, double divine rapier has also one queued up. He's full Jack Moonshard on top of that. Double damage spawn top. No one's picking that one up, but they want to get some buybacks and possibly back to the Roche pit. The lanes are going to be in a good stage. There's still a tier 2 tower in the mid, so I don't think Psg.Lgd has too many chances left in this game.
Double Divine looking for a third. Double damage picked up by Monet. That was left there for a little while. Take this outpost back.
It's not too bad on Enchantress. Look, it's gonna be a good item. With that, Swift Blink and the Sproink, and that's gonna hurt. Like, you can't close.
Book of Shadows. Best one, but a decent one nonetheless. See LGD get out of
that one is
they're in Roche. Trying to get an Aegis, trying to get themselves a cheat. Aegis would be big here for Ame, as well as they got Aegis into the hands of Ame.
They're like, you need to, get the hell out of here. Just pick it up. So Ame picks up the Aegis. He used the buyback shield in the previous fight. Mirror Shield, a lot of value from that one.
Catch the Riki going over, but now they're gonna try and finish this. They've smoked up, trying to catch up. No tier 5s, I believe, for LG just yet. 4 spoots picked up for the Monkey King. He's got Mirror Shield. He probably doesn't want to give that up. LaNm searching the jungle, hoping that maybe LGD are getting balls, looking for their own tier 5s.
What's Aster's plan? Are they just gonna wait until the spawns or until Aegis is gone? Because it's 33,000k gold lead for them. They have 2 divine rapiers, but gold lead at this point of the game does not really mean that much.
Riki.
Mirror Shield is really good against the Beastmaster Roar. Also possibly there's no E-Blade anymore on the Morph. He sold it a long time ago.
Doesn't have it. Butterfly, Aegis, Sky, Lincoln, Manta with the BKB and bots. He's also got at Ags as well as the Ag Shard from Morphling. Who's the ally that you want to turn into? Is it the Riki? And you just trick for the trade as well?
Yeah, I think that's the plan here.
That could be nasty.
Like, Pangolier doesn't sound too bad, but yeah, Riki with the double the trade, and Riki bought an E on this.
X for the Beastmaster, he'll snap back. He's just on a mission to get tier 5s. He gets Act Machina. That's gonna be some armor. Reset the cooldown on all items.
Oh man, wish that was the old Apex. What's Morphling holding? He
hits for the Riki.
Act Machina for him. 25 armor. Reset the cooldown on all the items. So like double Lincolns, double KB, and Manta style. Because this one is hype, because, 60 minutes in after you get the tier 5 items, you don't know what's gonna happen.
Pops the Lincoln store back on the illusions. It was close. And the Lincolns. You can get that double Lincolns. If you get immediately pop that at Machina, have it back up, that'll be the game saver for you.
So, Nullifier on Enchantress, she can remove the Eon Disc combo breaker ability. That's a possibility. You need to be quick, because also, Riki with Flame Strikes and Trick to the Trade could get out of the fight easily. Plus 75 agi from that Apex, so that's quite a lot.
This
right now, Riki's sitting at 600 plus.
That was
Well, pretend we didn't see that. At this point of the game, you know, it's kind of a... Sure, it happened. I have the cooldown reduction from Spell Prism. Anything big that we kind of missed? Nexus Assassin holding onto that Book of Shadows. That's a newest addition for your 5 items. Good night vision, some decent spell, some extra attributes, but yeah, you can target an enemy or an ally and you're untargetable. Muted, disarm, and applies a basic spell. So most of the time you're going to use that defensive
Borax, that's going to be 3 heroes down to the side of Aster. They've got no buyback on the Enchantress as well as the Monet. Immediately, they just blew them up.
Radiant's
And that is Monet King's Divine Rapiers now in the hands of LGD from 40k to 6k in the hands of LGD. Immediately buys another Divine Rapier as he buys back into the game. He won so fast.
Yeah, that's just completely disappears with Riki and Morphling going in together. So 2 Divine Rapiers now, once again, on Riki, and Morphling is holding 1. 1 Divine Rapier on the Monkey King, so a couple of those in the game right now. They're playing against Mega Creeps, but Riki can single-handedly, you know, outpush that lane easily. It doesn't matter, you know, Mega Creeps don't matter that much. I would love to see like a Vlad's being built on one of the supports, possibly on LGD, just to have that lifesteal.
6k lead, nothing to say. Double Divine Rapier hitting for so much. Over 900. 950, 961 if I got the math correctly, but I probably haven't. Forward waveform. Now they're gonna try and take the tier 2 tower. They box onto this hawk. Sending Faith Beyond forward. Looking to make a move. He's also trying to get into a Wind Waker. They have one more item to get into tier 5s. They got that mirror shield that's out on XinQ. Looking for the last tier 5. You've got Riki holding the base.
I mean,
for
if
the
they
moment.
do this, it's gonna be one of the biggest comebacks. You said it was what, 44,000?
44, yeah, just about. Look at that graph.
Oh, that's one sexy graph, man. They're holding the 3 Divine Rapiers right now.
Okay.
And Riki is also getting another one, possibly. Like, what he can do is have one locked up in his backpack, and then once the Eon Disc procs, you put it in.
He might, yeah, he might do that. He could also be saving for buyback and rapier.
Right now, there are 4 heroes with the buyback. Enchantress needs gold, and the Pangolier. The rest of the buybacks are on cooldown.
Thought this Enchantress might be enough. The extra gold on a 4 position so much. The Divine Rapiers in the hands of the Monkey King, who absolutely melted. And
He has 4,000 plus HP. And sitting at 30 armor, you
figure
really
was
don't
never in
feel
question.
that he's that tanky. I mean, late game Dota is top. It's a chaos, complete chaos. Who gets like the good first jump? There's tier 5 items coming in, some crits, daedalus, multiple Divine Rapiers. What is Morphling building? He's like, guys, what do I get? Holding on to Ex Machina, still has a flicker, has a Sky in the backpack. Like, I think he doesn't need the boots travel. It's a boots travel too. Could possibly moonshot for himself and still have a buyback. Aghanim and Aghanim Shard already purchased a long time ago.
this is a nail biter. You've got Beastmaster, who, by the way, who's got Book of the Dead and Necro.
Radiant are scanning.
Beastmaster is ready, you know, to try to go for some sneaky play, possibly
Push a lane.
push a lane for himself. We've seen some TPs that they try to do on a Hawk that can be controlled because of the new shard and has a dive bomb.
It's gonna wait for the next Roche, which is already upon us. In Roche, Aegis, Chief, Refresher Shard, Axe
Look
Plus.
at those crits from Riki, 2.8k crits.
melting these heroes.
Melting these
creeps.
creeps. Yeah.
Doing both.
Roshan is back on the menu, boys.
Back on the menu at market price. Times pretty expensive. It's on the restaurant. We'll see. Aster. They're postured by the tip of so are LGD. This one's going to be important, and that came down to as well in that previous game. The fact that LGD, they were able to sneak that Roche while Aster were grabbing their tier 5s, thinking they were getting everything to just close out the game. Aegis Cheese Refresh Shard Axe in the hands of LGD.
Casual double damage on the bottom. Radiant has a vision of it. But, you know, all eyes on Roche. Let's see if someone decides to go there and try to pick it up.
They've got Riki bottom. Destroying Borax, showing him the shots that he can throw. Double damage for Monet. Just thinking that they might want to give that
Casual
to Riki.
1,000 damage in her Morphling.
Heading toward mid, they're recalling these heroes. Nothing to say coming over. He got 8,000 gold, 12k just about in the hands of Ame. Everybody's saving money. Buybacks available for everybody on LGD. Monkey King, no buyback. Enchantress short of gold. Borax is a big part of this considering the net worth he's got, but he melts just as well. We saw both him as well as the Monkey King die so fast. It's a tense one. Getting ready to look towards this pit. Got the Hawk. They're trying to find the vision. Actually, going chance. This is going the other way. XinQ, he's going to try and get something. This is comes through. That's going to be a lot. The deck. Magnus kicking the Mars back with balance. Something that's Divine Rapiers on the deck. All 3 buyback. 3 Divine Rapiers in the hands of Monkey King from 10k to LGD to 26k to 31k. Oh my god. Everybody's live again for LGD. They've got a Divine Rapier on the Enchantress. Last time they fought, they melted. This time, they get the kills. And it's the Monkey King who doesn't have buyback who makes it happen. A balance strike from half to dead on the Riki.
Yeah, I think he solo killed Riki with Boundless Strike after his Eon Disc proc. And now Riki bought another Divine Rapier for himself. Monkey holding the 3 Rapiers right now.
Oh my god. 3 Divine Rapiers here for Monet. The RP was enough to get control of Ame. Make sure that they take out the Morphling first, who now maybe doesn't feel strong. Riki have saved up for the Divine Rapier. Riki's got one. He's level 30. He's literally right now. They're going to come in with the arena. They can but a lot of damage being done to XSS. They look already to say the cover of this Kano. They're taking out this Enchantress. He has buyback this time around. No, XSS does not. The Roche is going to back over. It's going to bounce off this Roche pit. LaNm trying to get the fight characters to stun up XinQ, but it's not going to land. So he's able to back away. They get a kill on the Enchantress. That was Divine Rapier on the deck, I believe, from the Enchantress into the hands of the Riki. So he's got 2 Divine Rapiers back on Nothing to Say.
This might be the game that had most Divine Rapiers handled to other players, because this one's pretty insane. You see Riki with the Blink Divine Daedalus. That's his item build, and he on this. So literally, he picks up on the Rapier.
Thunder once again with the Shivas. They will get into the pit. We're going to try and roll with Thunder. Make sure they take him to he's falling. Speaking of the pop out Monet, he's in the Wukong's command. They've got nice.
Is ready.
LaNm on the run. Line that comes through. They've signed up Monet. They're going to come to Borax. He's going to be 3 heroes inside of Aster. Now buyback. They're going to take this Monkey King away from the equation.
Are in the base.
Creeps are in the base pushing. It's not enough just yet. 8k lead after. No Ame Morphling for 104 seconds.
Radiant's
3
middle
Divine
tower
Rapiers
is
to
under
handle
attack.
this. Monkey King 2 for Riki. It's back and forth. They bought back on LaNm. It was almost a 1v4.
Man, this Boundless Strike, this is the ability that they need to be afraid the most, because critical damage is 265%, and right now
This'll
he's
come
sitting
in
at
handy.
1200, 1.2k. So, like, what do you even buy? Like, this is the part where everything gets so chaotic that nothing makes sense. Like, how do I die? I have a hero that has 30 armor, that has 4,000 HP. I just die in 1 second. What is happening?
3 Divine Rapiers. He one-shots everybody. He's done it to Nothing to Say before. I'm a 53 seconds till he's back. I want to say I doubt LGD go up the hill before they've got Morphling back. 12k lead for Aster. I mean, you could just recall him in once he's up. They've got a Wind Waker on the Beastmaster. It's so helpful as much as we joked about it on the copy.
This Waker, he managed to farm it up and managed to save mostly Morphling multiple times.
Did save the game.
And now Beastmaster has one.
Yeah.
So they need to see who's going to be used first. You didn't overcommit.
Precious bounty.
There's not going to be any damage from your team. You just keep cycling your own teammates. And that's a new one, chat. If you want to run a game, instead of buying a Shadow Amulet, you can buy a Wind Waker and use it on your own teammates.
Level 30 for Riki, level 30 for Morphling, 30 for Monkey King, 29 for the Mars, and well, and for Magnus, Mars, and Enchantress. All 3 of them about to hit that level 30. Morphling feeling topped out. Arcane Blink now to Riki. Tricks of the trade, trying to get that cooldown, but it's
Mon is building a refresher. He has enough. Actually
now.
bought it, so yeah, double bound strike. I never thought I'd say it, but this
kills anybody on the map.
Exactly. Like, he might get a rampage with the use of these 2 abilities. He will pop a BKB, probably swap a BKB out with the refresher, then put the refresher, sorry, put the BKB back in again.
See how he plays it with that refresher orb. Roche a long ways away. It's not in the conversation right now.
It doesn't even matter. Like Roshan at this point, how many shards and eggs do we have? Like everyone except Ango and Coddle have eggs.
Invisibility!
Like this could be the game changer. Like Keeper of the Light might. Right now he does not have a buyback, so it might be a good time to invest into Aghanim Scepter. Like that Will-O-Wisp could change things. BKBs are down to a long time ago.
Mario now getting Wind Waker, spotting the Coddle, getting in and thinking this is a good idea. He's 800 gold away from an axe if he wanted to build it. But right now he's looking Octarine Core. These blinding lights have been massive too. When the BKBs are done, the blinding light, like
he sells his Magic Wand and possibly sells a Glimmer Cape. It could be a game-winning ability for them.
yeah. But instead, queuing the Octarine. See what he ends up getting. Just because it's queued doesn't mean that's what you're getting. 8k for Monkey King. Triple Divine Rapier. I don't even know where you put things anymore. He's 9 slotted. He's got everything plus a big tier 5 neutral.
Maybe we need tier 6 neutral items to be able to finish out the game. Riki, you said it. Arcane Blink. So that's gonna help out with lowering the cooldown on the Blink Stripe. Tricks the trade. He also has Keeper of the Light. Keep him nice and ready for like another round. Just lower the cooldown again. This is easy.
It's back and forth. I mean, we had 40k leads all over the place. I'm really surprised that Pango, I like his attack. It could be good here in the middle of a fight. The disarms.
It's a possibility. What is he going for? Overwhelming Blink. He was holding onto gem for a very long time, sometimes even 2 gems. I guess he just not want to get one shot at it straight away, so decided to build hard. And now, like, I'll use this strength to get the Overwhelming Blink.
They're pushing forward. It's Mega Creeps they've been up against, and they've been able
I
to
don't
hold.
feel like Mega Creep,
No.
because both tier 4 towers are still standing. Not as healthy as usual, but yeah, they're doing the job. I guess both teams are just waiting for buybacks to back online.
Well, yeah, I guess so. You also give you time to buy another Divine Rapier, also, Divine and buyback, which we've seen from multiple.
So how many rapiers do we have? 2 on Riki, 3 on
Three on
Monkey King.
Monkey King.
That's 5 in total. No one else has one, right? Yeah.
He's got 12K in the bank.
Morphling's like, I don't know what to buy anymore.
Oof. Just getting recall as XSS was searching.
There's the
Search party was
smoke.
out.
Psg.Lgd on their base trying to make stuff
Look
happen.
at LaNm, look at where he's at. He's going through the trees. He's gonna break the smoke. He's right under their noses. Goes into the spike. Breaks the smoke. They've got vision. They've slowed him down. The blinding light is at. And now they've got the tricks of the trade over on the creep wave, pushing back for a second. Aster not going to commit. Neither will LGD. Both
That's just
teams
funky.
feeling each other's presence and not making the move. The smoke is out from Aster. Now going to go the other way. They might catch him by himself. He's all alone. There's Blink as well. He got themselves out. But Aeon is comes in. Fire drops him down outside the arena. There they go with the rolling third. He's going to bounce around. Goes for the RP. They've got themselves their hands right on the Riki. They've also the Abyss, but there's the primal advantage. They have the damage in the Wukong command. They take out right now with damage in 100 seconds. Now back. The fire's going to be thrown from the shift on the Pangolier once again. Now going back away. They've got the Windbreaker. They'll look over LaNm. They'll continue to chase on the Nexus fight characters. Ooh, can they get the kill? Nice little impale. Not going to matter. LaNm's dead. Beyond 2 heroes gone with no buyback.
Oh, maybe Aster needs to start thinking differently. But right now, Psg.Lgd has a ton of damage and can manage their team fight. So maybe the plan is try to make them busy with 2-3 heroes and just go for a, rat play. Go into their base. You have Monkey King with the 3 Divine Rapiers. It's a possibility.
He's holding on to boots in his backpack. Game sits even. And net worth 81 minutes
1k gold lead. Very, even game. 81 minutes in. Like, that graph looks insane.
It really does. Only a slight lead for a second for LGD. And immediately it was gone. Tomes for the Nyx Assassin. He's the only one who's lacking 30 on the side of Aster. That could be the difference maker. These heroes on LGD. Beastmaster's close to 30, but Pango is 28, Kyle 27. It's not all 30s like it's about to be for Aster. The buybacks available on the Magnus as well as the Nyx Assassin. Boots of travel level 2 for the Morphling. Let's see if he makes any wild plays. He's holding on to 16,800 gold. What has convinced this man to hold on so much gold?
What do we even buy? Kalinken's Sphere is fine, Manta is fine. You also have this X Market to refresh all your abilities. Possibly
here again?
Go back to the lines, and I guess so. Like Satanic is the one that comes to my mind. He needs an extra item that he replaces Boots of Travel with in a team fight.
You'd expect maybe to go for a Divine. He's saving up gold. It's January. Christmas isn't until December.
Exactly. Riki just got himself a double damage, so over 1,000 damage. See the crits, 3.4k crits.
Dangerous with those data and 8,000 gold. 63,000 net worth for this Monkey King, but that drops off very hard if you lose those 3 Divine Rapiers. Now holding on to 2 Divine Rapiers. So he's put one on the base. A very calculated play with 10k gold and buyback. And then you go for the Divine Rapier.
Roshan. So Velvet and Light, you need to give him a negative sector, get that Velvet West, that call time. Saying those numbers like they matter, but they actually don't. Pango actually picks it up.
The disarms could be massive.
Disarms could be massive, the bash could be massive. Still not sure why Keeper of Light does not have Aghanim Scepter for himself.
He does that, but fine, so we go back to it. Aegis on Morphling. Second life, Manta in the backpack. He's all alone getting recall. Right over to the Coddle, who's near the mid lane. Alba doesn't have the vision. Going toward bottom.
Oh, that's the sneaky play that I thought they're
Radiant's
bad.
middle tower is under attack.
Tier 4s.
And the view already, they make it.
They got me beyond the control. They got the second goal. Hex coming out of the ring. They got the runs under goal. They have the damage to get the beyond. The buyback over for the RP. They'll pop up against on. They're trying to go for the goal, but they do have backup protection. They want to pick beyond one again. He's got no this time.
gonna come down on the LaNm. He ends up like he's buyback and forced to buyback as he ends up dead. They'll take out Borax. Down goes White Album. Buybacks are in, but the Divine Rapiers are on the deck, and now they're gonna be spread out, sharing the wealth.
Two Divine Rapiers still sitting in the base. Monkey King is like, I need to do something with all this gold. What did he
Now doesn't
buy?
have Divine Rapiers.
He has one. That's one flying up to him. Two Divine Rapiers
Somebody's gotta
still
pick these
in the
up.
base. I still feel the better play would be if they just like feint, start a team fight with don't need like Assassin, possibly Enchantress, and maybe even Magnus. You know, just to try to stop the TPs while Monkey King +1 or 2 are hitting the.
There is no reason Coddle should have Divine Rapier.
But here we are, 85 minutes in. Riki now holding on to
Three
Divine Rapiers, and also has one queued up, you know, just in case he loses his. Just in the backpack, which he can switch if he just straight up buys another one.
Okay. Well, Coddle's holding onto a Divine Rapier. I would expect Pango to get a Divine Rapier. Right? Like, before a Coddle. If I had to pick, you know, this is like when the fall gym class, I'm picking Pango first.
I hear a BKB.
Yeah. And recall on the Morphling, he used that BKB. Does have the Ex Machina. And there it is. No, 25 seconds. Probably.
So that's no glyph for Aster, but the lanes are in very good position right now for the Psg.Lgd.
I don't move forward.
Strike that could be through. He's gonna stop the streamers away, but here comes something. Takes out nothing to say. Omega's gone. See you later. They're both get buyback. They've got buyback on Riki, but buyback on Omega. Take out innocent. Divine Rapiers have just been kicked back into the hands of Aster. Just like that. White Album coming back in clutch with a massive RP.
Now Enchantress is holding on to 2 Divine Rapiers, and the only 2 heroes with the buyback right now. That's both Aster members, Mars and what's his name? Magnus. Now my brain's not working anymore. Yeah. So no glyph. I think they should try.
And Moonshard.
I think they try and just close out this game. Like risk it, go all in. RP still up. There was a refresher being used.
No Coddle for 83, a 4v5 fight. We've seen LGD do it before, but Aster looking to close out this one. They've got the invisibility like a Pango. Triple Divine back into the hands of Monkey King, looking to dish some damage, and they're looking ready with LaNm leading the charge. White Album can land another big RP. Man, this is in a close one as we hit
How many Roshan kills did we have? Like, I stopped counting after 5.
It's been 6, potentially a 7th
Where are you
in the
going?
works. It is a very close one. Long game to end as the song of the White Album got themselves the Lincoln Papa go cool kill on a bolt with Pangolier as well. The Morphling, but they're able to take it down. Coming up, Borax. It's back.
It is dead, and Aster it is all over for LGD. They lose the series. Aster finally finish it off 88 minutes in.